Well, I tell you, it's been a pretty interesting second half of the season. We have a really fast squad out there, though some of our more legendary players are not going to be there for this one. Home against Villarreal. And hopefully we'll be able to get a victory here after that last draw on the road. At least we didn't lose on the road. 6th position is where we find ourselves now. A victory here would do as well, probably get us up to around 3rd maybe. And this is, of course, the penultimate match of the season. We have one more match and it's on the road, so this is our farewell for the time being to the arena here in Augsburg, and it's Seiko bringing this up to Endeavour. We have the fastest team that we can up front, just for fun. Fagan Walcott here with us to the center, over to Pedro Roca. Remember, of course, that Jones is inconsistent, so Ricky J. Jones might not have a great match today, but he'll do better than that. That was a corner given to us on a silver platter. Now, in the last match, we scored in like the 2nd minute, and then we did nothing. Let's see what happens here. Well, we don't score right away, but Jones has his back in, and then runs all the way back to get to that. Correa back to Jones, and ends up with Pedro Roca, who takes a shot, and Jurgensen has to make a very good save on that one. So we are able to attack the goal, and that's what we want to see happen. But it would be nice to get one in. Alonga wins this, takes a shot, but it's up and wild. So it remains no score for Augsburg, and we'll see if we can get this ball back and give the fans something to cheer about. Well, that's definitely not going to do it, and we are behind the 8 ball once again. El Shewi with an excellent tackle, but it's not quite good enough. And that's been the problem. It's never quite good enough, is it? That was dangerous, but I think Yashin probably would have been able to get to that one if it had been on target. Yashin back in there. Prudhomme not with a spectacular match last time. He only gave up the 1 goal, but the match engine thought he played very poorly in giving up 1 goal, so whatever. Endeavour heads this one out to Jones, who kind of lollygags a little bit there and doesn't quite get to it, and that means that they're going to attack again. And we missed another interception. I think it was Jones again. Ricky J. Jones is everywhere you look. Fagan Walcott heads it over to Correa. Correa over to Jones, and Jones is all the way over on the wrong side of the pitch. He's supposed to be playing right wing, and he doesn't know it, nor does he care. Back to Garnacho over to Correa. Pedro Roca knocks that one in. Pedro Roca finally with his first goal of the season. He's played so many matches for us, and it's finally there for him. 1-0 for Augsburg, and that's the way that we want to start this one. Jones brought this one up, wrong side. Knocked it back to Garnacho, who's actually playing on that side, and he found Correa, and then it was just a matter of knocking it in, and there it was. I suppose it's not the wrong side for Jones. He's kind of playing striker, I think it is today, so he's kind of all over the place on both sides of the pitch. But you know what I mean. Normally he's not playing on that side, and that's where he wound up. El Shewi intercepts that. Fagan Walcott over to Seiko. And so we're really giving them a lot to think about. That's right, yeah, Jones and Hussein are up there, by the way. I forgot to mention Saddam Hussein, who plays again for us. Unlike Kim Jong-un, who's old and slowing down, Saddam Hussein still has the speed. Seiko moves up with this over to Hussein. And it's to Jones, and Jones scores, but I think he's offside. So we'll wait here for the check. And no, they give it to him, so he was onside. And Jones with the goal. I didn't check to see how many that is he's had for Augsburg. Hussein did a great job, and he was onside, I guess. I guess the defender there on the other side was technically further back. I'm not sure how this works in terms of the textbook definition of offside, and even if you go by the textbook definition, he was off. But they give it to Jones, and so Jones gets the goal, and that puts us up to 3rd. We only have a plus 10 goal differential, so there's a lot that we need to work on. We haven't been that dominant this season. Despite having a number of very fast players, it hasn't been sort of Augsburg taking everyone to school quite yet, and Alonga has won a corner. So I'm still not convinced. The jury is still out on whether we have discovered the proper way to min-max Football Manager. Alonga over to Garnacho, who takes a shot from range, and that does nothing. We know that this is a good tactic. We don't know is whether pace and acceleration are really as overpowered as they say, because we've had mixed results. Pedro Roca knocks this over for Alonga, and boy, that ends up doing just about nothing. El Shewi does win this. Garnacho over to Jones. Jones finds El Shewi, and he knocks it all the way over for Alonga, who was offside anyway. And he knew he was offside, that's why he gave up on it, and then when he didn't hear a whistle, decided to keep going, and then they threw the flag at him. El Shewi throws over to Jones. Jones to Correa, forward for Hussein, who's offside. So we have the speed, but we constantly are offside. Elshewi throws and ends up all the way back with Garnacho, and what was that? So that doesn't work out so well. Garnacho is having a hard time getting his head in the game and figuring out what we're trying to do. Elshewi here with this once again. It shows you how fast these guys are. They're up and down. Garnacho, and he knocks this over to Roca. Roca looking for Hussein, and it just is not a good enough pass. And that's unfortunate because that would have been a great opportunity for us. And instead we have to be on the defensive, and it's Foyth there who has not won a penalty. Elshewi gets away with it. But Garnacho takes this up over for Jones, and we're doing it again. Jones looking. Back to Correa. Correa over looking for Hussein, and Hussein was just a step too slow. It was a good idea, though, and there's Pedro Roca winning it over to Seiko. And that is the end of that, so we'll have to wait a couple more minutes here and see if we can't get the ball back. I say minutes, I mean seconds. And they knock it back to goal, and off we go again. Looking for that burst of speed is what we're looking for. And it's Alex with this, and their header is way off target. Enzo Boyomo throws to Hussein, back to Enzo Boyomo. Pedro Roca now. And ends up being headed away from him. Fagan Walcott with a good tackle, but is unable to wrest control of the ball. Enzo Boyomo to Alonga. Alonga looking for somebody and finds no one. Seiko here with this in the back. Enzo Boyomo again. Good move, and he knocks this over to Fagan Walcott. We'll try it one more time, and he gives up possession right away. Fagan Walcott's got the speed, doesn't have much else. Elshewi with a good defensive move. That at least slows them down, and Pedro Roca intercepts over to Alonga, and this is what happens when you have speed. Hussein over for Jones, and he takes a shot that's totally wild. I mean, he was offside the whole way anyway. It was a kind of a ridiculous run by Ricky J. Jones, and that's why we love watching this guy play so much, because he does just the craziest things. So Ricky J. Jones, and the inconsistency continues to make this interesting. Garnacho over to Jones. Here comes Jones again. He's driving his race car, and he passes over to Pedro Roca, whose header is straight to Jorgensen, and so much for that. So Ricky J. Jones does a bad thing, then a good thing, a bad thing, then a good thing, and that's the way that it's been with him. That's the way it's been with him ever since we signed him. This is lumped forward, and it'll be Yashin here at the very end grabbing this ball. Still 2-0 for Augsburg, and we look to be comfortably in control here at home. Fagan Walcott, and it was a poor pass, but Correa comes from nowhere to win the ball back. It'll be Seiko now, and see, that's the thing. Speed makes up for all mistakes. Alonga loses it, and then runs back and wins it again. That's why you want fast players. Correa, and this is up and over. So it will be another corner. Correa steps back, and he will unload. There it is. Looking for Seiko. Can't find him. Pedro Roca here with us. Back to Seiko, and Seiko down to Fagan Walcott. And he passes. See, that's what you should do. Slow it down a little bit and hold on to possession instead of trying to dump something in that's not even there. Into Boyomo, and it's taken away from him. It'll be a throw here for Augsburg, and we'll take it back in. We'll see what we can do from there. And there's nothing that happens after that. So 2-0 the score here at half. And we are happy with the number of shots. Is anybody having a poor match? Not really. Maybe Seiko could be playing a little bit better. That's the only one I can think of. So we'll go here to the second half. We do not have the ball quite yet, but we'll get it back. We're fast enough. We know what to do. Ball is passed backwards, and so we'll see what we can do. Alonga wins it and then loses it. Poor pass looking for Correa. Didn't quite work. And that's the end of that highlight. So that is a good thing for us. Correa here with the free kick. Looking for Alonga. Nope. Hussein, though, brings it down. What a shot by Saddam Hussein. And it ends up with Alonga again now to Seiko. What a shot that was. He plucked that one out of the air and almost scored a wonder goal. I'm telling you, this Indonesian, Saddam Hussein, he doesn't look like he has great attributes, but he plays crazy, crazy well. This is looking for Seiko again and doesn't find him. It'll be Garnacho in the back over to Elshewi. And it's Fagan Walcott again. He lumps this forward and then back, and that was a bad pass. It was not the decision we wanted to see. And Fagan Walcott's going to receive a yellow card for his troubles. And so, I mean, he got stuck in. That's what we always tell the press when they ask us, why did you injure the other players? But this time, he didn't get away with it. We've given up a corner. Augsburg give up the corner, and we'll see what happens. Jeremy, and that's going to be headed back to Jeremy. Longa then gives up another corner, so there you have it. We've got the speed, we just don't always have control. And it's Yashin who punches us out. What a poor decision. And Lev Yashin is still having some problems. Pedro Roca runs this down, just like you're supposed to. El Shewe over to Fagan Walcott. Forward for Garnacho, who stops it from going out. The Shewe back to Garnacho. And it's forward for Jones, and here comes the speed. And what a pass to Pedro Roca. Hussein, and ends up being deflected. Alonga now has deflected again. Alonga was kind of telegraphing his move, and I think that was part of the problem. Enzo Boyomo wins that and knocks it backwards, and here's the throw. We throw into Seiko. Up to Garnacho. Garnacho for Alonga, and there's the shot. Wasn't much on that shot, unfortunately, but I mean, it was something. That's what we want to see. It's something, and something is always better than nothing. Still 2-0 for Augsburg. We've got 2 somethings on our side. That was close to an own goal. And they're still playing around with it in their own side, and we almost were able to get that one back. In fact, we do win it in midfield, but we lose it straight away. And they're trying to just pass it around us. Now we've won it. Ricky J. Jones, and then he just stands there and gives up possession. So Ricky J. Jones has some sort of like inconsistent bug inside of him. Like once he's done something good, he has to go do something poor. Otherwise, it doesn't compute. Korea forward for Jones, and he scores the goal. Now, is he onside is the question. So Jones, after making a boneheaded play, has scored again. They're not even going to look up onside. He was on. I mean, what an awful play by Jones right before this. And then Korea finds him here, and he just turns on the speed, and there's nobody there. How was he onside? How was he onside? Where's the rule? We're not going to look at it, are we? And we're not. 3-0 now for Augsburg, and this is the way that we want the home season to end. 3-0 with the lead, and Garnacho will win this. We're going to put Broya in, I think, for Garnacho, as he's lost possession right away. And so Broya will come in, playing a somewhat unfamiliar position. Ricky J. Jones, meanwhile, is making a good case for himself to be our starting striker. And it's going to be a lot of fun when we do that. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. Here's Fagan Walcott with his ball in the back. Over to Broya. Broya forward for Jones. And there, oh, should have been a hat trick. The nice thing about Jones is that, like, no matter what happens, whether he's consistent or not, he'll give you a show. Korea knocks his forward for Seiko, and boy, that was very close to a goal. Pedro Roca can't quite get over there, and he just lets it go out for a throw. Might as well. Take another look at this, and this is total chaos. Seiko wins the header, and that ball ends up going off of Alex's foot and off the backside of one of the defenders. And that was very, very close to being a nightmare for Villarreal. They've already had 3 attacks of lightning against them. That would be a 4th. And there's another offside call. It's going to be Mondi throwing in for them. And that's Jones up there harassing him and pushing him around a little bit. Alongo wins this. Very good job, and he's just going to run past people. And loses it, unfortunately, but Seiko's there. Here's Endo Boyomo. This is what we're used to seeing, and there's Hussein. And Hussein just gives the ball up straight away, unfortunately. Very unfortunate. Alongo, however, is able to win it back, and then he loses it, but that'll be a corner. And see, that's the other thing that speed does for you. Speed is how you win those corners. All right, we put a whole bunch of pressure on their defense, and there's not much they can do about it. Pedro Roca looking for Seiko, can't find it. And I do think that we are going to put Maradona on for Alonga just for a couple minutes. We have 8 days before the next match, so everybody should be ready for the finale of the season. We'll have that one for you tomorrow. It'll be an interesting match, to say the least, because we're going to play against Lens, who are #1 in the league, and we're on the road. Maradona came down but didn't get the worst of that collision. Is Alberto who ends up injured, and they're going to have to leave him on, I think. I think that they're out of substitutions. Yashin here with this. We got about 15 minutes left of the home season. Yeah, Alberto, there he is. He is staying on, limping around, and we decide not to attack him as we could have. The way that we play on defense, man, we don't show any mercy. Korea with the hard tackle, can't quite win it back, and Endeavour overthrew El Shewi, and it ends up in the paws of Yashin. They have a XG of 0.04. That lets you know how strong this defense has been. Maradona shows us how strong it is, and that will help their XG. That should have been a goal. Man, oh man, where was Yashin here? Just I'm watching him down below. So he's trying to play onto the ball, and he just sort of walks over there and is way out of position. So Lev Yashin, very, very fortunate that that wasn't a goal. El Shewi intercepts Pedro Roca to Korea. Broya. And it's a poor pass. Big and Walcott over to Pedro Roca to Maradona. Maradona for Jones. And Jones had the speed. Jones had the angle, but he didn't have control. Just a little bit longer, a little bit more to go in this one. We'll have our victory, and then we'll see what that will mean. See if we can win one more. If we can win one away from home, that would really seal this season. That would make us look very good. And we're going to put Kamara back on. Here's Maradona. Pedro Roca does not win that, but Hussein has it in the back. Forward for Broya. Looking for Maradona, can't find him. Korea, no, it's over to Hussein. And that's deflected. That'll be another corner. So, a couple of minutes left. 3-0 Augsburg. And Broya gets to this, over to Pedro Roca. I tell you, Pedro Roca, when he goes to kick it, it looks like he's one of those wind-up toys. He kind of goes back, and then boom. Maradona looking for Seiko, and Seiko cannot win that. Roca wins another corner. That was easy. Near post, but it doesn't happen. Broya to Roca. And his shot is up and over. So we've taken up a whole bunch of time attacking, and here they are with the corner. Yashin is there, makes the save. He's got a clean sheet so far. It's been a while since I think we've seen him have one. In fact, he gave up 3 goals in that last match that he played. Couple of minutes left. Fagan Walcott over to Korea. Back to Fagan Walcott. One forward looking for Maradona. He wins it. He does win it. A little bit easier when your man's injured. Here's Hussein, and Hussein can't get around to anybody. Hussein looked pretty slow with that move. I hate to say it because we like him for his speed, but he looked a little bit slow there. Kamara over to Seiko. Korea, Hussein. Hussein looking for Maradona. It does not find him. Just a little bit too slow on that pass. And Seiko has not only had himself sent off, but he's got himself suspended. That was ridiculous. So we're going to have to do something here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take Korea off. We'll put Kone on. So Kone will come down here. And that's what we'll do for the final couple of minutes. That was a ridiculous tackle, by the way. I mean, absolutely uncalled for. Seiko had been making so many improvements here and has been getting faster and getting smarter, but there was no reason for him to do that. It was totally blatant. I mean, just play the ball, man. Don't play the man. And he went in with, I think, with intent to injure. Wouldn't be surprised if he were suspended for quite some time at the beginning of next season. It'll be El Shewi with this in the back. Kamara over for Broya, back to El Shewi, and he has space, but is not able to make the most of it. It doesn't really matter. This is going to be the end of this anyway. Broya with this in the back, over to Pedro Roca. Roca to Fagan Walcott. Tomorrow we will see Broya, I'll tell you that, and we'll see Milan Galic back on as well. And who knows, maybe we'll see some Ricky J. Jones too. So there you go. Augsburg's speed machine has done quite well. We win this one 3-0. And for the time being, this puts us up to 3rd in the league. However, our Japanese friend in the back has got himself suspended. So next time, tomorrow, we'll be at Lens, and we'll see how that works. Hopefully, we can at least put some dent into them. We won't be first, but with a win, we might be able to just barely nudge out Brighton, maybe. I don't know. See you then. Bye.